For me, this run was so much more than a tick of completion. Big goals have a huge risk of failing, and that can cause huge anxiety to not reach what you want to set out to become. You can put so much pressure on yourself because you've let the world and yourself know your intentions. Too many people are scared to do that because of what other people think. But what I've learned is you should never criticize the person in the arena because they are doing it. To be the person in the arena takes courage and vulnerability to put yourself out there, to go after something that is in the unknown. But in the end, can inspire and motivate people around you, which is so powerful. I was looking for that special moment of fulfillment, getting to the end of an unbelievable journey. But the unknown to get there was what it was all about. Creating memories and making each day count. I think of many people who aren't living their true potential, and it makes me extremely concerned because we all have so much to give, but most of the time worried and scared to take a risk on themselves. This has happened to me so many times before as I search for more and more things that are extremely challenging. Even though I ran 800 kilometres in 9 days from the Sydney to Melbourne run, it wasn't the point-to-point destination that we're looking for. The High Rocks event we didn't podium in, and the sub 5-minute mile we didn't get. All of these challenges I've put towards myself to try and achieve, but have failed. But are they fails? We learn lessons every single time we do something like this. We put ourselves out there and we learn these little things every single time that make us grow to be able to get to this point we are today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Good? Oh, nervous.
So, can you tell us how the idea was born?
So the idea was born because I heard about the Speed Project was a run from LA to Vegas in a solo or an or team. And I heard about this about a month and a bit before this year's race. Obviously last year we had our huge Sydney to Melbourne run, and I was still in that lapse of like, what am I doing next? I've had all these small little goals, a sub 5-minute mile, which I was focusing on, High Rocks and that sort of thing. But I need that big thing to grab onto and take over. And it was still there. It was still like, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? And I think every year for me, there needs to be something big like this, something big that we work towards and we really tick off that hasn't been done and that I don't even think is capable. And when I heard about the Speed Project, missed out on that one because it was too close and thought, well, let's just do it whenever we can. So get a team and hop over there and do it in September in the middle of the heat. Didn't know it was going to be a heat wave, but that just makes it more interesting. When we wake up tomorrow, even tonight, let's just have fun. Really enjoy it. Like, that's my plan. And that's my lessons I've learned over a period of time doing this sort of stuff, is that you can get quite serious, and because you understand how hard it is and how, like, in pain, and you just want to get to the finish line. But I want to feel every step. I want to see every change of runner, and I want to have a chat, and I want to. If I'm not having a chat, or maybe I'm just looking around. I'm really soaked in. That's what I want you guys to feel as well. Like when you get out there, it's like, oh fuck, when you're never gonna do this in your lifetime again.
Right. Never.
So, and that's like, going on what I've written.
Yeah.
Firstly, we're extremely grateful that you're all here. You're all here on purpose, and have been picked to come on this journey with me and get me to the finish line. This is something I could never imagined in my life, being able to get 7 people, pay for you guys to come across to a different country to do something like that, it's still mind blowing for me, and a huge investment that I believe is not just in terms of the run, but just to give you guys an opportunity to see the world and create more adventures and more memories. For me, this challenge I knew was going to be harder than Sydney and Melbourne because of other external things like heat and that sort of thing, and not knowing the surroundings and the environment. But for me, it's about doing something that can fail and that cannot work. It's not something that can be just done easily, and you need to really work on it. The preparation needs to be all ticked off, and then obviously going somewhere where you don't know and you haven't been, and running somewhere that not many people run, it's got that whole aura about it, and the fulfillment of achieving that was just unbelievable. So we got to LA and we sort of got there and decompressed, went for a bit of a shakeout run along the beach. Little run along Santa Monica Pier with the team. We're getting ready 2 days out. Look at the crew looking good in their 2xU gear. Unbelievable, elite athletic performance wear. The day before we left, got the RV, had to go out there. It was so hot. Getting the RV, had to go to Walmart, Costco, get all our supplies, get all our water, all our emergency things that we need to get, and start planning, I guess, for the next day of getting our RV set up, which was a huge task that the crew were unbelievable about. I didn't have to worry at all. I just relaxed and got ready for the run. Craig and myself went and did a bit of a video shoot, photo shoot for 2xU down on Santa Monica along the beach, which was really cool. I mean, the stuff that I got to wear, District Vision collab with 2xU was absolutely unbelievable, and I could not speak more highly of what I wore during my run. Didn't get heat stroke, didn't get anything, no sun coming through, felt good, felt so cool. I know the crew wore the Lightspeed edition as well, and just, yeah, could not speak highly enough. That helped me get through this run. So big thanks to 2xU for the gear, unbelievable.
Compartment thing near the driver door, like outside. Outside, okay.
So Jackie and myself are sleeping in the RV, and we haven't even started the race yet.
It's a bit sketchy around where we were. We're only about a K from Santa Monica, but around these sort of areas there can be some sketchy people. So we're packing the RV late at night, or the crew were, and they sort of come in and go, oh, there's a few people going around having a look at what we're putting in, the suitcases and that sort of thing. So that was a little bit iffy. So we had to have a few of the guys sleep out in the RV because we thought they were going to get robbed.
Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a run-in with a couple of people hanging around while we were trying to fill up the van. So brave me and Craig decided that we'll sleep outside and we'll take one for the team. So bodyguards, lifesavers. Just heads up, if it is our last night. Love everyone, love to all of you. But
If you're watching this, we're dead.
yeah, if you're watching this, we're not live.
If the RV's rocking, then come on up.
The San Bernardino Mountains are under a heat advisory with temperatures expected to be in the 90s and in some areas possibly triple digits.
Blistering heat tonight, fueling yet another massive fire in California.
Fire burning in the San Bernardino Mountains has now grown to nearly 44,000 acres. Firefighters also contending with extensive.
Tough one, bro. That was a hard one. That was the hardest one by far. The sand was like quicksand.
Some of the temps at one stage, it was like, it was most of the time actually. It was hitting about 39, 40, sometimes 41, and when it was hitting its peaks, it was staying. So it would be from 10 a.m. almost all the way through to about 5 p.m.
Yeah, mentally, physically, when I started, I couldn't have felt any better. I think that was just through preparation of when we got to LA, sleeping more and being a lot relaxed, but also having that mindset already and getting into that groove of enjoying the journey, enjoying every single step and having your head up and realising where you are. So that was helping me straight away. And we left to Tay, Em, and then went into Dan. They knew exactly where they were going, didn't have to worry about the directions, just had to follow where they told me to go.
Tay's my tour guide for today, for the first 10Ks. It's a lot of turns in the first 10, so we had to get a few people to pace me. I wasn't going to, but I think it was important because there were so many turns, so we rock and roll all the way through now. 22 degrees.
Muggy ass.
It's got a gobble a few hours.
Yep. I think it's fine.
You're literally heading into the unknown. Do you know what I mean? 4 a.m, there's no cars, nothing around. You know you're going to get to the mountains soon enough, but through the iconic streets of LA, it's absolute bliss. Do you know what I mean? Not a sound goes past, and you're just running with, do you know what I mean, your crew member who's got all the directions and taking you through all this scenery that you've never seen before by foot, and it was extremely enjoyable to get through all the way to the mountains. I think straight away on day one, I realised how hot it was going to be. You couldn't really fathom how hot it actually was. The beaming sun on you for a good 8 hours from when it come up all the way to late arvo, you couldn't get away from it. And running through Beverly Hills and Hollywood and all that, going up and towards the hills and then towards the mountains of the terrain, was just amazing to see it in the daylight that you would never have got to see on foot. Getting all the runners out there for their first sort of 10K segments. Again, they started feeling the heat and the exhaustion of what was to come. But again, we sort of really took it each stride and really focused on what the fuel we had and all that sort of thing that made sure that I wasn't overheating, and we're doing everything right. But just a pure bliss day, the best I've ever felt running. Mind was really sharp. The heat, even though it was boiling hot, didn't feel like it affected me too much. And we battled on for another day. Yeah, for me, it's never about the accolades or anything like that. Like, do you know what I mean? From when I was 18 and trying to get drafted, that's where like the accolades of playing AFL is sort of the big thing. But for me now, it's about showcasing to others. I'm just a normal person. I'm just a normal Joe Blow who works hard. I used to hate running, and now I run and do these ultra events. And that just shows the mindset of I guess, the maturity that and the discipline that I've gone through of the stages of life, but also where you can take your mind and body. And the fulfillment of getting something like this done makes me want to go for more, makes me know that I am so mentally strong that nothing will break me, and things will come at me at all different ages or different things at me in life, but we can overcome that if you can control your emotions and just keep moving forward step by step. What you can control, you can move forward with.
The heat was insane. I think we knew going into it was going to be hot, and we knew there was a heat wave coming and was there. So it was sort of in the back of my mind that I knew it was going to be hot, but it was honestly way more than I expected it to be.
Hot enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you need a soft pack too? Oh my god.
Yeah, probably. I don't need to hit that.
Those hills.
Really cold.
Yeah. That's next level insane, that. Bloody beautiful, but.
Well,
I need more water.
how you feeling, man?
Alright, we're at 60 in. Feeling actually really good. Just need to keep getting a bit more water in. Bit sketchy those roads. Pretty much by playing head on chicken with trucks.
Yeah.
But that was okay. I'm feeling really good, to be honest with you. So just gonna keep it going.
It's nice.
Keep eating, keep drinking. And yeah, I think we're probably up to like maybe 2 litres of water or fluids. But yeah.
Are we on schedule, behind schedule?
We're an hour and 10 minutes ahead
Ahead.
of normal.
Yep.
Barren expanse where the land stretches out into a seamlessly endless horizon, driven by an idea you had, with people ready to follow you. You're nervous, you're scared, yet overwhelmed with immense gratitude. There is a lot of risk and sacrifice made. It will take a whole team coming together in order for this to be a success. So the route we chose, there was obviously a few different routes for Speed Project. There's one where you go off-road, quickest way, cuts about 100 Ks off, but you need a Jeep or another vehicle other than an RV. Or there's an OG route, which is longer, 100 Ks longer, but all road, mainly road. So we chose that one because it was going to be less logistical with cars and that sort of stuff and with our crew. And help us with, I guess, the elements of the unknown in the environment. We have no idea what we're going to. But then that obviously changed through the run with obviously the setbacks we had with the fire. So we had to change that straight away.
There's no road.
No.
Like this. Isn't there a paved road all the way up there?
We could get
No,
around.
I think it turns into a trail or something like that. So
At one point.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think
just
we're
wait
going to
here.
do that with this.
no tracked vehicles allowed on overpass. No tracked vehicles.
It's a tracked vehicle.
This national forest is growing toward Valiermo, Crystal Air Country Club, and area west of Juniper Hills. An evacuation warning has been issued for this area. Be prepared to evacuate. Those who need more time evacuating should leave now. Visibility may be limited. Use caution. If you need more info, visit alertla.org.
How did you get that?
He would have service. And yeah, we have to evacuate.
So the plan was obviously to break the 92 hours or the record, which is over that. Day 2, we were still ahead with where we need to be. And then obviously day 2, the sort of plans obviously changed because of the evacuation of the state of emergency fire. So then we had to jump into our RV and go all the way back and find a different way to get through, because we couldn't get through to the route that we'd already planned for, the OG route. And obviously that changed plans, and we had to adapt quite quickly towards what we're working towards. So that sort of time frame really got thrown out. We had to reconfigure exactly what we're going to be doing and where we're going to be going and how we're going to be getting to the end point.
No, we can't go straight this way.
No, because then it goes up and then back around.
It's basically right there, though.
Yeah,
Where the
it
sun
is.
is.
Yeah.
And when you can't see any hills because of smoke.
Can I ask your thoughts on this little change of plans with the fire and potentially running 90 kilometres less?
It's a very good question.
What was the question?
If you would have asked me that probably half an hour ago, I would have cried on camera. I think it's all part of the adventure now. It's all part of the story. It's all part of the journey of what it is, this trip. So yeah, I'm pretty devastated, but I think there's bigger lessons in life, and this is probably just another lesson you learn from having a really good day of running yesterday to sort of being taken away from you, from what you want to do. But I think in the end it's about taking in where we are, who we're with, and we're only going to do this ever once, so there's no point sobbing around and being a dick about it. So it's sort of taken me sort of 5k. Had to let Nikki know, she hasn't responded, she's still be asleep, but just that everything's all good, and we just had to reroute, and I know she'd be worried. But yeah, pretty flat, but we're getting there. Bit of Shannon Knoll and Shania Twain and Taylor Swift just get you going, so.
Or get you crying.
Yeah. One of those two. One of them two. No, we're alright. We're alright. There's bigger things in life. About that. That's it, bro.
Pop tire.
You serious?
For sake.
So we took the trails on day 2. Obviously after we went through and bypassed all the fires, we kicked onto the path that we would have been on for the OG route. This was one that really threw me, because when we got to the city part, they had all mountain lions on the walls and painted and that sort of thing. And I thought, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. And then come over and spoke to the crew, and they're like, yeah, there's mountain lions and that sort of thing. And we went through a path that took us pretty terrain, and it was pretty dodgy for the RV, and then it was pretty dodgy for knowing there were mountain lions out there that I really didn't think about them at all. I didn't even know that there were mountain lions. So knowing that, I literally had my head on a swivel, running with Tay, just going, what happens if one comes out? What are we going to do? What happens? I don't know. So the car followed us the whole way, and then we ended up getting a flat tyre. We just heard this massive bang. Tay and I looked back, and we're like, oh, we thought they maybe bottomed the front of it. Again, the terrain was pretty rough.
So sketchy, man.
that bomb, that going straight inside.
So I had an error pop up on my screen saying I had 1% of air in one tyre and 98% in all other tyres.
And then we see is sort of Dan get out of the car with his hands like this, and I went, oh, that ain't good. So we walked back, and massive hole in the tyre, and thought, oh my God, like what's going to go on here? No frame reception, didn't know what to do. We didn't have a wrench, like how are we going to change it? And I just sat in the RV, started laughing. We'd already had road closures for the fire, the tyre. I just started laughing, and that's how I got through it. And if I wasn't going to laugh, I was going to cry. So I thought it was pretty funny. So once we couldn't change the tyre, we kept driving really slowly, trying to get to the road, which was still a good K and a bit away. We were sort of clearing all the rocks. The guys were clearing all the rocks in front hand, and then Dan found these massive footprints, which we think were mountain lions. There was a couple of them, they were big.
Oh, wait.
I think I didn't really believe in the mountain lion story. I didn't really think they were out. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like when you go swimming, you don't really think that there's sharks there, but there is. But I think that that shocked me a lot. I wanted to keep running in that and keep everyone going, but as soon as I saw that, it was very scary.
Wait, that's his fall. That's some animal. Oh no. This has really just turned into something, hasn't it?
And then all the worst sort of situations come into your head, right? Like all the worst possible scenarios start floating through your head. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone was safe, and I think Dill did too. Like everyone wanted everyone in the car straight away.
Mountain lions, snakes. What else?
Do you know what? I thought I'd actually enjoy it, but I didn't. Yeah. I thought that'd be fun seeing them, but it's not. It's scary.
I'm glad you came to that conclusion.
Bro, when I was running, I saw paw prints. I was like, is that paw prints?
It was, yeah.
And they're f***ing the size of my hand. But yeah, it's pretty incredible to see paw prints like the size of your hand on the ground.
It's a big cat, man.
It is.
It's a big cat.
That's not like a coyote.
They're just walking this trail too.
There's like two of them.
Yeah. And no one noticed it but me. I got out and started walking in front of the car, and these paw prints, man, like the size of my hand on both sides. So there's two of them, and I was like, okay, it's time to go.
Everything got quite real as well, because I mean, thinking they were out there and then knowing that there was these footprints that looked quite fresh, it was like, okay, let's get to the road quite quickly and let's get this tyre changed and get back on running.
I knew that going off-road in the RV was not the best plan, because I think that was the route where we planned if we had another car or the Jeep would go and everyone would go around the outside on the road. Basically, when we had the flat, managed to get to a point where we're back on the road, then we drove to a petrol station. We sort of called the RV company, tried to sort out the best way or the best approach, to get the car fixed, and they couldn't really help us. And we're just in the middle of the desert, 41 degrees, waiting, like just sitting there waiting. And out of nowhere, these two like incredible sort of strangers turned up and helped us change the tyre.
You guys on a soccer team?
I'll take it though.
Yeah, it was like one of those moments where you're like, man, this is fate that we've sort of met these people. I said it afterwards. It was like, I think you were saying, Craigie, like, we needed something to turn the day around. We just needed one moment, and that was the moment. These guys turned up. They were so funny.
We'll just take you guys with us.
Yeah. You guys want to come along?
Let's go. Straight to Vegas.
Let's get to Vegas.
Let's go. I got a mountain lion. A real one, for real.
Really?
Yeah, I live out there at River Bottom. He's about this long.
No
about
way.
that tall. His head's about that big, yeah. So his paws. Yeah. He looks out for me. He chased the coyotes away.
Oh yeah, good. That's actually good.
Would they usually attack people if they?
They can. They'll pick the smallest one out of the group.
Yeah,
that would be me.
Of course you can give it to me.
I think you can handle me.
Well, I'm screwed.
Come on, buddy.
They were jovial as, and you know, we're sitting there and we had some bad news from back home, and I remember sitting there and just thinking, oh, this day's so and yeah, then these guys turned up, and you know, the guy had lost his wife a week before, and he was literally driving to pick up his wife's stuff from their house, and I was just like, man, I was just in awe of the guy and how chirpy he was and how happy he was, and I wouldn't take that day back. Like, that day was, I guess, like a big part of the journey was the tribulations of it, you know.
He said that there was he watched a documentary.
Yeah.
They saw the Mercury Road and went straight through it.
Yeah, I was say that. You were actually?
Yeah. We're moving here.
Yeah.
So even if you can't do the 10Ks and you're done, you can't stay with him, call it, we'll throw somebody else in.
Okay.
Craigie, fair enough. We've had a pretty day today, so we're going to try and turn it up and run a sub 4-hour marathon. We've got 40 Ks to get to 60. 6-minute Ks. 6. No stopping, perfect conditions, wind behind our back. Let's rip it, because we need to turn this day around, because it's been shit day. So let's win the day.
Okay.
We'll get you on the bike as well, Craigie. Okay?
Yeah.
We'd been sitting in the car for 10 hours and done nothing. The tyre got changed after a long time of stuffing around trying to find someone that could help us. So I was running and I was like, oh, I need to change something up because I'm only 25 Ks in, it's 8 PM, 9 PM. So I said, no, let's change this up. Let's get a sub 4-hour marathon and let's just bust it out. We've already done 200 Ks. I'm like, let's change up a notch. So I went to the RV quickly. I said, guys, we're gonna go hard here.
He just looks at me and he goes, right, you're coming out to run with Erica and I. We're doing a sub 4 marathon. We're gonna go. And he goes, get yourself ready, 10 Ks, like, let's do it.
We're on the highway of Death Valley.
Let's go.
That man took off like a rocket. And I was running, I looked down at my watch, I'm like, we're running really bloody fast. Look at my watch, 5:05. I'm like, oh, this is quick. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, but if he's doing it, like, I've obviously got to do it. I'm running, and then he turns to me, he goes, oh, Tay, like, how many Ks are we at? And I was like, we're not even at 1 yet. And he goes, oh. So I'm sprinting, and he goes, if you need to stop, like, it's okay, like, the van's up there. And I was like, no, like, if you're running, like, I'm running, like, I'm gonna finish it. I was trying to be really strong, and I got to a point where I was sort of lagging a little bit behind and couldn't support him. So I started to feel like I shouldn't be out there if I can't keep up with him. And it's like, I'm like 30 meters behind.
Then running like sort of 5 to 5:15s, end up being sort of 5:30s.
What kind of pace you guys doing there, bro?
5:20.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's going to last, Craigie, but we'll see.
No more running.
It's fine, I can run.
No, you're done. You need to rest.
Yeah, sleep, please.
You need to sleep.
And I ended up running a 1:53 20K, and then I was like, oh, my legs are absolutely cooked because I hadn't done any walking through that 20K period. But I was really happy with doing that because it really changed the mood and changed the feeling of that day too. Even though it's not what we wanted to get to, we ended up getting to 84 Ks, and we took that as a win, and then we regrouped and went into day 3.
Not the best day, obviously, today. It was around. But still happy we got out. Yeah, 85. I still feel pretty good in myself. So I think tomorrow and next day we just launch it. It's probably going to be like 120 probably. So get out 2 120s, or even a 140 and a 100. I'm actually happy we did that 20k burst because they gave me a bit of excitement. Good. Shit day. Good. But it obviously cost me a little bit. My feet are sore as now. But I'll take that because I think it gave everyone a bit of a rush for a little bit.
Shut up. You want, mate? You by all means to go more rushy.
And so what's his go-to snack or breakfast meal?
It was bagels with butter, strawberry jam and honey, but he's taken a liking to the peanut butter and honey and banana, so we're sticking with that today. And then we've also got oats as well. Just one. We've got some serious feet issues going on. Oh. It was bad, like they were pretty serious blisters. We were managing them every morning, every night, sometimes throughout the day as well, just redressing them. We did have to pop them a couple times and they stunk really bad. His feet were in a bad way, but he managed it so well. I don't think it affected him running at all. Like by the pace he was running consistently throughout the 4 days, it didn't look like it affected him at all. But yeah, like you knew he was in pain, but he kind of just pushed it to the side and was like, I have to do this, so I'm going to get out there and push through this and deal with it later.
Today is going to be a fun day.
Sure is.
I think I want today to be all about having fun, because the third day I feel is always the hardest day because the fun is gone and we're in a bit of we're doing the same thing over and over again, sort of lull. But I think we need to really look out today and appreciate where the we are, because we're in the middle of a trail, in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm telling you, the views that we saw on the way here are unbelievable. So I think today I want everyone to have a lot of fun and chirping up a little bit and brighten up a little bit, because it's going to be different. We're going to be off the road and it's going to be a bit of a journey. Bit of fun. So I think the main thing is that you guys have got to be aware it's not going to be too long efforts, but you're going to be off road, so it's going to be different on your feet and in the heat.
Yeah, day two was an emotionally charged day. It was one of those days where you learn a lot about yourself and you learn a lot about what's in control and how you deal with your emotions around that. And years back, that would have really derailed me and derailed a lot of people, I reckon, because when you've gone out there with a task and you've had a whole plan in place and that gets taken away from you, that's out of your control due to the fires, the flat tires, all these sort of things, then you can get quite emotionally in and thinking about yourself. But I took a moment and it took me a little while, and then I started to regroup and regained, I guess, control of what I was thinking and how I was going to overcome this, and that's something I'm really proud of. And these extreme evacuation, state of emergency fires were out of our control. There's no way that we could have gone through through the fires, obviously, and our safety is the number one priority of myself and my crew. So we pushed on, and again, makes this story so much more meaningful knowing that we overcome this and fought through it and found a different direction, different path that got us to the same result.
What are you calling?
Yeah, day three was a regroup day, obviously, and we spoke about it, obviously, after day two and the drama and all that adversity we come across. Day three was one of the days we just want to start fresh and, okay, let's kick on to a good day. I had a mindset of hitting 120. Started really good, felt really good. Then we hit like a 17k of trail that was just uphill. It was like soft sand the whole time. I'm talking so soft, you couldn't even walk through it. And it went on for so long, and I was like, oh, this is just it drained me, because I had Tay and Jake there. We were running out of water. It was so hot. it was honestly, it was blistering heat straight on you.
How you feeling, Dill?
It's probably been the hardest 8Ks.
Yeah.
The whole thing is pretty much quicksand. So some of it's been pretty much unrunnable. So still trying to do the 8 to 2, but a lot of sections that my legs are feeling heavy now. So we'll probably have a longer break at 40 when we get there, but really no support. We've got no one to sort of go to, so to make sure we're smart on our water and our food and that, so we don't use it all up. We don't have a car in sight until another sort of checkpoint.
So the highway's over there, so obviously we can't run on the highway. So that leaves us
I think
to...
we are going up that hill.
Are we? So there's this... Oh. We're in struggle, but we're going well. He's going well. It's just utter quicksand.
Tough one, bro. That was a hard one.
That was the hardest one by far. The sand was like quicksand. I couldn't even walk it. And then some of the hills, I couldn't even walk up the hill, so it's just so hot out there. It's like, I don't know how hot it is, but it's so hot.
And then got to a point where like, nah, we're not getting anywhere on this, let's go the highway. So we ended up going the highway, and then we just stayed on the highway pretty much until sort of the day 4.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty stuffed at the moment, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Proper desert, yeah.
I was like, now, can someone
This is actual desert.
how long is left?
Actual desert.
Yeah, can we get a...
Show you a bit of a...
You're wrong.
So that there,
Yes, so wrong.
top of the hill.
Huh?
You're wrong.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm wrong?
What do you mean? Yeah.
We're looking at stretches of soft sand.
Wait,
That one there was actual, an idea of what the desert was like.
water.
Unfortunately, we're not meant to be. We went straight onto the highway and did the last 6 Ks on the highway. The next 17 Ks is trail and road towards the end. We're just going to take the trail out and just go the highway the whole way. We had 15 Ks of no replenishment, so all the waters and stuff got hot. So this time here we're going to do a few loops in the RV to check in every 5 Ks so he's replenished. So.
The heat was incredible, man, the whole trip. I couldn't believe it. I've never experienced anything like that. I've been to Vegas before, and I said to Dill, and he has too, but not in this time of year. And I said, mate, you don't understand. Like, the thing is, the place is a desert. It's so hot. And yeah, it was to see Dill. I don't know how he did it, man. I'm still kind of coming to terms with like how he maintained himself through that heat.
It was hot. It was really hot. And Dill he handled himself so well. Like he was running better than all of us, to be honest.
It's hot, we're running on the highway.
We did about 300k.
He is flying like 5:35, 6 minute max.
Our body's under.
So, you know, we're struggling, and honestly we shouldn't be because we're resting. But no, he's killing it. We're very proud, and yeah.
Some of the temps at one stage, it was like, it was most of the time actually. It was hitting about 39, 40, sometimes 41. and when it was hitting its peaks, it was staying. So it would be from 10 a.m. almost all the way through to about 5 p.m. He handled the heat really well. He covered up. He had all the, I guess, the protection, the hydration, the fluids. He was just, yeah, just doing everything he was, everything he'd prepped for, and it worked really smoothly. Yeah.
Like I'd come inside after 10 and chuck an ice pack on and have some water, and I'm, you know, almost back to square one within a couple of minutes, you know. But with him, it's just all day, man. It's like yeah. I mean, anyone watching this will know how sapping it is just to walk, like back in Melbourne for 10k in a 35-degree heat. Just go for a walk. Like how drained you are at the end of that, and how much you just want to go inside and have a nap or just lay down. So, man, yeah, the heat was something else.
Right, so
yeah, so that's your next stop. So you're actually not that far away from it.
No,
he doesn't. And then you can just jump in if you want to.
Especially if he's feeling good.
If he's feeling good,
we've got to adapt, yeah?
Yeah. The next stop after that is...
We'll one.
Is Baker.
We'll adapt, we'll make it.
What do you want?
No, nothing, bro. I just need a volcano kicking it.
You've had it?
Yeah. I was like, this is the heat. It's an issue, you know, it's a problem, but like I'm here now. So if you can't get out the car and handle that when you get out of it, you're going to have a bad day anyway. So you just had to deal with it, really. But I'm telling you, everyone who's watching this, it was extremely hot.
It's 41.
41.
41 degrees. Yeah.
41.
You do anything?
Hold it in a little bit longer, yeah? Go again. Shake, yep. Deep breath, hold. 2, 1, and out. Do one more for me.
Is that enough?
Yep, no, one more. Big shake, big shake. Try get it down to the deep belly lung. Is there like water somewhere?
That was that was a very scary moment. That's never happened to me ever before. I think I'd just come back from a 14k stint through the trails, had like my rest, all of that, and then went out. It was supposed to be a 17k run, that one, but then because we chose to go through the highways, we ended up doing like a 5k stint, then we're going to rotate other runners in. So it actually worked so well that we were doing that.
You'll be fine.
I'm fine. I was able to regulate for like 100 or 200 meters, and then just started again.
You're still fine though. Like
It's just the air is so thick. So thick. So thick.
And I think it was maybe like 3k in, we hit like peak altitude, peak elevation. Dill was full line, like he had, you knew like his fuel had just like set off and he was on a mission to get over the hills.
And he's running so fast.
Because he's right here.
Yeah, I know. He's running like under 6 minutes.
And he's on road, so he's
I know, I think he's element, yeah.
And I just was really struggling, and all of a sudden it felt like my throat was closing up on itself. And I think it was to do with the heat as well. And then I guess there was a moment where I kind of blacked out because Dan had come back to look after me, and apparently I was walking sideways and towards the traffic, and he was having to push me to the side of the road. And then, yeah, I came into the van and I had another episode there, and it was one of the scariest things that had happened because I thought I was about to stop breathing.
She was so pro. You were fun. Do you remember you were walking sideways, yeah?
Was I? Oh, I don't remember that.
You were going like this, like that, and then you were like, I can't breathe. And I was like, bro, what the f***?
Yeah, go again.
I was trying to pretend it was all good.
Well, you had to. No, you had to though.
I was
like wheezing in. Like it felt like my airways like closed up, and I was like.
So nighttime running was probably the worst part of the whole journey itself. We'd heard a few sketchy things in the background and some noise before we even left for America about wild dogs and watching some documentaries about wild dogs kind of coming out and chasing people. So majority of the time when it was early in the morning and late at night, that was all that was running through our heads. We're constantly looking around, looking and checking to see if anything's following us, rustling in the bushes. So yeah, probably the sketchiest time to be running through the middle of nowhere. There was one night, about 11 o'clock at night. We're running along, the RV was probably 1 or 2 k's away. Pretty much all you can see is the tail lights in the distance. And at one point, we heard a little bit of rustling, looked to our left, and there's little beady eyes looking at us from the back of a bush. And me and Dill, we've never jumped higher in our lives. Our heart rate's peaked at about 180, 190 beats per minute. And you kind of stop and you turn your torch and nothing there, and you see things moving. And
Dan's on alert here.
I'm so paranoid.
You right, Dan?
we moved quick. We moved quite quick, and heart rates were probably sitting around 190, 200 beats.
What the actual? I'm gonna come out and protect you. That's so scary.
But yeah, that moment there probably was something that we are lucky to run away from.
Bro, we just got full chase by 2 dogs, and they were coming at us.
What kind?
I don't know, man. I ran. I got my pepper spray out, so I ran backwards.
Really?
There was like, run.
Did they get close?
Bro, within like, move it away.
Yeah, just barking.
No, just crawling, like coming.
Oh, shut up.
No noise.
When we came. Like
Bro, so scary.
Right,
Day we'll get into Vegas was just such a surreal feeling, and I really took it in. And we started with a massive hill.
I think we need 2 running.
I had guys running in front of me to try and keep the wind, because the wind was just 50k winds up this huge hill. So they were trying to run in front of me to keep the wind. And then I knew once we got over this hill, massive hill, it was just downhill. And boy, was it downhill. It felt so good. I just kept looking around, looking up, and just roll. Literally, I was like a rolling ball just down this hill. And it was so enjoyable.
There's a bit of a mini surprise that the boys don't know about. This is from Cam Jones. He unfortunately couldn't be with us on this run today, but that's all right. He's here in spirit. So he's given me a little bit of he gave me a bag to bring here, and he said give it to the boys when they're feeling the most vulnerable, when they're in the most of pain in that pain cave, and just something to kind of perk up the mood a little bit. So we've got a cheeky surprise later tonight. Stay tuned, and it's a f***ing good laugh.
Yeah, that was probably one of the highlights of the whole trip for me. If there was ever a time that I was going to get out and go for a run, it was going to be this. Cam, who was originally meant to come on the run but couldn't, he organised some outfits for us. It was originally intended for Dill, Dan and Jake to wear, but instead we decided that Dan, Jake and myself would chuck these on. In my opinion, the outfits were fire, but the boys unfortunately didn't share the same opinion. So we changed into our little outfits, this little flannel number with tight little Daisy Duke shorts.
Here we go.
We jumped out the RV. Dill was a few hundred metres up ahead of us, none the wiser of what was about to unfold. We chased him down, and we had these fly swatters that we hadn't used the whole trip up until this moment. To his shock, there we are with these fly swatters, and
holy
let him go!
next thing you know, we're chasing each other around, spanking each other with these fly swatters. And yeah, he was absolutely loving it. It was a good pump up for him.
That looks unbelievable. Those pins. What is that?
We were, on the home stretch, and yeah, it was a good little pump up for everyone, and good little laugh. We all enjoyed it, and shout out to Cam for organising the outfits.
When I first saw the lights of Vegas, it was just an ever-ending hill, and then when we went over it, it was just an unbelievable feeling of accomplishment.
Maggie, I want you to look down there for me. Vegas, we are coming. Coming in hot.
Get it, boy.
The knowing that this whole journey that we got to, and everyone was really emotional, but we were nearly there. We were just about to touch it, and we just had to get through these last little kilometres, and then we're going to be home and really basking in what an achievement it has been.
The lights, that was so exciting.
You know what, man? You're running down. You don't know if you're gonna make it to this point. So when you see it, you're like, holy f***, you actually did it.
The hardest part is reminiscing on the time that you started and then thinking about all the things you've passed on day one, and then going like long stretches of hot road, and then you get to this point and you go, holy crap, did that just happen?
Like we were on a trail yesterday climbing a mountain, and then now we're seeing the lights of Vegas. So I'm very bloody excited.
I can't tell you how excited I am, Greg.
You've got no idea.
I ran a couple of rids on the strip down there just to get I'm ready. And you almost got run over, so don't tell me you're not excited.
Yeah, knowing that we were going to get to the Vegas sign and still have 30 Ks left before we finished the post-to-post LA to Vegas was hard because mentally you know you're already there at the finish line, but to do another 30, that was probably obviously that was the hardest 30 of the whole thing. Not so much physically, it was more I guess mentally and trying to regroup and trying to get back into a nice rhythm, knowing that you're so fatigued and you're already 110 Ks in, and you've just gone through a blistering heat, and you've seen the lights, you've seen the pole where you're meant to finish the sign, but yeah, you got to keep going. So
yeah, but can you make sure you really communicate with the girls, because we're so far away from you, it's ridiculous.
Oh, right. We're doing the same thing. It's already been communicated where they're going.
We're at the strat.
Yeah, well, they're at the strat. You want them at the strat?
Exactly right. That's perfect.
We're here.
That's where they need to be.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It's good. We'll see it.
I think that was hard for myself, and also hard seeing the team and the way they were tired, emotionally drained, and exhausted as we all were. And just to get another 30 Ks out was going to be a huge stretch, which it was. It was a tough slog, I'm telling you. That was a tough one.
Don't jump the fence. Yeah, boy.
Get there! Get there! Give it a big kiss. Shake it! Shake it!
Yeah, I really had no idea of the time, but I could sort of see the first light coming up was 5 a.m. and to realise you're about to finish exactly what you set out to do was an unbelievable feeling. You can't really put into words, and it's a story I'll tell my kids and I'll tell my grandkids. It's one that I hopefully can motivate and inspire many people to go out and achieve what they think they can, because I'm just, I guess, as I said, I'm just an average Joe. I mean, the work's hard in all aspects of life, and I'm no way in hell a good runner, but I know that if I can put the work in, you can become a better runner than what you are today. So for me, that's what it is. I used to hate running, and now I love running. And I still hate running, but I've gotten better at it, which has allowed me to enjoy it a little bit more. But I think it's just a story of where you can take where your body goes and your mind goes.
What's the most you've ever run?
This run gave me everything that I would have hoped for: fulfillment, experience, seeing what I saw with the people I saw it with, mind-blowing. And I'm all now, as I'm getting older with kids, understanding that memories and moments is what life is all about, because life is so short that, do you know what I mean, in 30, 40 years time, I won't have the luxury of doing something like this and going for a run at this stage with the people I did it with. And quite quickly life can change, and I'm all about just making the most of it every single moment now. And yeah, this is one of those days, or one of those stories that I've done that. This story, August, this journey to work out the way it was, we all came together as a collective group and they all played their role just unbelievably. And every single person had a huge impact on this run and the success that it was. Even so, my wife back home and the support she gave me, and knowing that she couldn't be there, and it's not a I did it, it's a we did it. And I'm super proud and thankful for everyone that's in my corner that was there to support me.
Dan,
Okay.
hello, how are you feeling?
Yeah, so good. I'm just doing this again because to give you more vibe.
Give me more.
Yay!
Em and I just finished and saw some black cat, I don't know, but it was huge. It looked fresh.
Its head's kind of backwards, but it was massive. It's like a black leopard or something.
I ran so fast the last 2 days. How far we were running so fast, I was like, let's get out of here.
This run was about embracing and enjoying the journey. It's easy to say that when you're not hurting, but when you're 200 kilometers in and your body's shaking and letting you down, it's wanting to tell you to slow down, to stop. That's when it's hard to enjoy it. But this time, I made sure that I kept my chin up, made sure I looked at the surroundings and also the people I was with, to enjoy every single step, even through the pain, to embrace the pain, to know that's always going to be there, but what isn't is this unbelievable view and this unbelievable opportunity to run from LA to Vegas.
All the excitements of every